Wish I'd never heard the name Orsini. Should have stayed down in the vineyard. Made up name, no past. Nothing to lose. Yeah. Better to be some jerk with nothing to lose than to be a jerk who loses everything all over again.
I will give you $1 if you can tell me the exact hour that you will be painting this room red. Time's up. You owe me $1. It's going to be 3 o'clock, which in biblical terms is the 11th hour.
Shut up! Shut up, you old gas bag! Who the hell am I talking to? Okay. I'm all right. I'm just driving myself crazy. Literally. I don't know if I can take this anymore.
Good afternoon, Miss Cooney, Mr. Montgomery, Mr. Bodine.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Please, be seated.
Thanks. You sit right here, Brian.
I have before me a report which I received yesterday, signed by Mrs. Young, the court-appointed social worker assigned to this case. Are you and your client aware of its contents, Mr. Montgomery?
Your Honor, we have not seen this report in any form as yet. Thank you,
Miss
sir.
Cooney, this is a transcript of the custody hearing I presided over regarding your son 5 weeks ago. Would you please read what I've underlined out loud on page 240?
Yes, sir. Please note that the child is not to remain in his mother's home overnight, nor to visit her at times when Brian Bodine is present.
Thank you. Mr. Montgomery, do you have a plausible explanation of how your client failed to comprehend the meaning of that order, much less its binding nature?
Your Honor, there were extenuating circumstances surrounding these reported events.
The meaning and intent of the order was clearly spelled out in plain English. Miss Cooney, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Your Honor, if I may, my client is at this time painfully aware of the serious and binding nature of your directives, and, well, she will live by the letter of them from now on. She also regrets any past mistakes.
I see.
And these unfortunate errors of judgment will not be recurring, Your Honor.
You seem to make quite a lot of mistakes, don't you, Miss Cooney?
Well, I'm sorry, Your Honor. There's been a lot of things happening lately, and it's been kind of difficult to think clearly, but I can promise you that Brian will not be around Junior again. I promise.
There is also an account in Mrs. Young's report of an unauthorized attempt on the part of your client to accompany the child's class on a field trip to the local airport on the 8th of this month. Another episode at which Mr. Bodine was also present. May I assume that this was a mistake as well, Miss Cooney? Another unfortunate error in judgment?
Yes, sir.
Which, no doubt, you are willing to assure won't recur.
No, won't, sir.
The child's father, Adam Chandler Sr., and his legal counsel report that you have been uncooperative, Miss Cooney.
I've tried very hard to be as cooperative as I can be, sir, and I promise you that I will be more cooperative in future.
At the first hearing on December 23rd, I issued a temporary order of custody to Adam Chandler Sr. based on a plenitude of evidence indicating your unfitness as a parent, Miss Cooney. However, I noted that both you and the child's father were well-intentioned, sympathetic, and deeply attached to Adam Chandler Jr. For that reason, I granted you 2 months to prepare evidence for this court on your ability to function as a parent. And now, here we sit, 5 weeks later, and you've shown nothing but open defiance and blatant disregard for the orders of this court.
Excuse me. When do I get to explain the extenuating circumstances
Dixie,
here?
let's let Judge Carson finish.
No, why should I let him finish? He obviously has made up his mind. You're on Adam's side.
You will control yourself.
You don't care why I did what I did. You don't want to know why I did what I did.
Please,
Because
stop
if you
this,
would
please.
listen to me, you would know that I am not the unfit parent here. Adam is.
Silence!
What I want to know is why I shouldn't cite you for contempt of court right this minute.
Watch where you're going, moron! You're gonna kill somebody close. Too close.
You'll be dead. And I'll make damn sure you feel a lot of pain getting there. Do you hear me?
What is it? What is it?
Is she here?
Huma.
The girl you love. Dixie.
Dixie. Dixie.
You don't have to find her. I've already found her.
Dixie. Dixie. My God, she actually did it. She did find her. Dixie. She was right. All along, she was right. Everything's in Pine Valley. I passed the girl. She figured it out. I'm running around town like an idiot. She puts the pieces together in a hospital bed. Okay, Ma. You're smarter than me. I admit it. What do I do now? I don't even know where to start. Come on, Ma, you're on a roll. Give me a hint. You're standing like an idiot. Make a U-turn.
How can I defend myself when nobody listens?
Dix, come on. Remember, we came here to say we're sorry.
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, my client apologizes for her outburst. It's just that she's been under a great deal of stress, as you might understand.
Montgomery.
Her regret is sincere, Your Honor, and if I may respectfully submit that citing my client for contempt of court at this time will help no one in this case, least of all the minor child involved, Adam Chandler, Jr.
A night behind bars might be just what it takes to get through to her, Counselor.
Your Honor, I beg you to reconsider. My client acknowledges her mistakes in the past, and I will guarantee you that there will be full compliance with your orders from now on. I further guarantee that there will be a new spirit of cooperation between my client and Adam Chandler, Sr.
Alas, Mr. Montgomery, there is much in life we cannot guarantee.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
If the judge asks...
No, excuse me, sir, but my name is in the court order and the summons, and I am the reason for the problem, right? Can I say something about this?
Not without my permission.
May I have your permission?
Very well, Mr. Bodine, speak your piece.
I went to Dixie's house that night because I had something important to tell her. I didn't know that Junior was there because I didn't call first.
When you saw the child was there, why didn't you leave?
Well, I would have, and I did want to, but Junior saw me too, and the thing is that we're friends. The social worker would have known if I'd been allowed to spend any time with him, and then maybe something good would have been in that report, sir, because Dixie is the best mother a kid could ever have, and she's worked very hard to make sure that he doesn't feel that any of this is his fault, or that he's a piece of rope in a tug of war, and that was going on in my head when he asked me to stay. I didn't want him to think that I was mad at him or that we weren't friends anymore, and so I went in, and I thought I had maybe 2 minutes to spend with him, and that's when the social worker showed up.
Are you trying to put this down to bad luck, Mr. Bodine?
No, Your Honor, I'm not. I don't want to put it down to anything. I just want to explain that I didn't mean to be disrespectful to you or the law, but at that time, with that kid, if I had turned around and walked out the door, then that would have been like telling him that I don't care about him. And that, sir, would have been a lie, and neither Dixie nor I have ever lied to the kid about anything. Never.
You surprise me, Mr. Bodine.
Nobody meant to hurt anybody, Your Honor, and it won't happen again.
Thank you for shedding light on the situation, Mr. Bodine. It's late. I'm due in court. Miss Cooney?
Yes, sir.
I'm letting you off with only a reprimand. Continue to flaunt my directives, and I won't be so lenient next time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll see you again in a few weeks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We let you off. I told you it would be okay. Everything's okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to lose it, Jack. I really didn't.
No, it's just that this is a perfect example of why I say you can't let this stuff get to you, Dixie.
I know. He just wouldn't listen to me. But he listened to you.
Boy, did he ever. You were very, very eloquent. Thank you so much.
Oh, I was just honest. You ready to go home?
Yeah, listen, Brian, I hope you can understand this, but I really need to be alone for a little while.
Well, look, the reason I stopped by earlier is that there have been some developments in this case which are actually quite good. I'd like to tell you about it. Make you feel
sure.
it.
It's wonderful. Thank you very much. But, I just can't talk about this anymore, okay?
Well, can I at least give you a ride home?
No, really. I'll be fine. Thank you for what you said. Thank you, Jack. My car drove itself to this spot because it just knows I need you. I'm sorry, I know that you're gone, but I have to have your help. Adam's trying to take Junior away again, and this time I think that he's going to do it. And I trusted him. If you were just here, somehow to help me what to
do. Dixie. Give me a break. Dixie who? Dixie what? Dixie Cup? I wish I were in Dixie. Trixie in Dixie? Ma, I've fallen in love with someone named after a cartoon character. You said she was in Pine Valley. You want to point me in the right direction? I mean, honestly, how am I supposed to handle this on my own? Can't take any more of this.